So here she is live. Please say hello to Miss Universe Philippines 2021 contestant from Misamis Oriental, Chella Falconer. Hi, Chella.
Hi, Adam.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me here.
Finally!
Finally, I was about to
Finally!
chat you.
Nag-cruise na ang schedule natin.
Finally, we made it.
Yes, just in the nick of time before kayo
Talk.
mag-lock in very soon. So, how are you? How have you been since your foray here in Miss Universe Philippines?
It's been really overwhelming so far. I so love everyone's support, and everything has been really. I can't, like, it's in the blink of an eye. I'm actually here. I used to just dream about this. Yung parang yesterday when I was in high school, I used to just think, wow, I want to be a Miss Universe candidate. And finally, I'm here. So I want to enjoy every moment, no matter, even if it's so tiring. At the end of the day, I want to make it all worth it.
Oh, nararamdaman ko talaga yung hard work mo talaga kasi you've been impressing us in all the virtual challenges so far. Kaya lumalaban ka pa rin, nakikita namin talagang lumalaban ka. So, nakakatuwa, especially when you finally open your mouth. Ay nako, that's gonna be a game changer talaga. Huwag ka lang nilang pahawakin ng microphone, to
Oh
be
my gosh.
honest. Do
Oh.
you get that a lot? Do you get that a lot?
Yes, actually, they made a TikTok video about it. That wag yung pahawakin ng mic or like lumab yung adera. I forgot what the term is, but I'm just speaking my thoughts. I used to be so shy about talking in public, and then when I started joining pageants, I started being comfortable in speaking. So I'm quite flattered. Thank you, Sir Adam, for saying that. It's still something that I am getting used to, because with me, I'm just normal. Like, for me, whenever I talk, I just talk my heart out. I just talk about the things that I'm passionate about, and I just answer the question as honestly and as as myself. Like, I'm just myself whenever I answer questions. So thank you guys for appreciating it.
And lutang na lutang ka kahapon, na lutang yung galing mo at
Aww.
last night's interview challenge. Was it nerve-wracking ba?
Oo, actually, when whenever you're in that moment, you kind of like say things, but at the end you're like, I should have said this. Like, I could have had a better answer, but since you're like, the nerves get to you, and then it's still the first thing that comes to my mind. I answer it directly, because sometimes I talk too fast. Like what you said earlier, I talk too fast, and that's a thing that I should work on. And I have such long answers because I want to speak my heart out. I have so much to say, and I think it has to be improved. So yeah, it was nerve wracking actually. I actually was praying that I would get the easier questions.
But I think you acquitted yourself very well. So, I find your dilemma very very refreshing. So ikaw ang problema mo how to concise your answers, to
Yeah.
shorten your answers as you couldn't help you could not keep yourself from talking too much.
Yes, because I used to do extemporaneous speech when I was in high school. I used to compete for that. So like, whenever they would give us a question, or whenever they would give us words, we have to like talk about it for 5 minutes. So it seems like I was trained for 4 years about it. So that's, I kind of like, I should make it more concise.
So you were a debater in high school
Yes, I
before?
was. Yeah, I
Oh.
was also a quizzer. I actually competed in English Quiz Bee, Science Quiz Bee, PDRMC Quiz Bee, Bible Quiz Bee. I had to read the Bible for 2 weeks and memorize almost all the books in the Bible, from Genesis to Malachi. So it was kind of fun.
Bakit hanggang Malakay lang, di mo pa tinapos hanggang Revelation?
I was assigned for Old Testament. Like, there was another person assigned for New Testament.
In 2 weeks, kaya?
Yeah, we actually won the regionals among
Mm.
different schools. We had how many schools were competing? I forgot, but it was kind of maybe about 20. Yeah.
I noticed that debaters
Mm-mm.
really make good public speakers.
Yeah, because
Yes.
your
How did you
practice.
get how did you get your love for, for debating, for public speaking?
I'm a Leo. I'm very competitive, and also my dad. He used to teach me so much about you should be able to write, you should be able to speak. Before he would assign books for me to read, and at the end I would like defend my answers whenever he would ask me a question. So at a young age, I was able to read so many books. I'm actually a lover of reading novels. I've read over more than 100 novels probably, and that's the thing. I've developed my love for it ever since. Even in elementary, I used to compete a lot for my school. That's why I kind of like was very competitive when I was younger, and I've learned so much in school, and right now I still apply it in real life.
Ang galing naman. Na-curious ako, ano profession ng dad mo? Lahat ng binasa mong novels ng libro, dapat babasahin din niya kasi ititest ka nga niya afterwards.
Oh no no.
So,
Actually, it was books that were like educational. Afterwards, I started loving novels. So it was me who started loving novels. But he would also ask me questions like educational books, for example, like The Little Prince, like that. My dad
ganda
graduated.
ng bonding niyo ah.
Oh, that's why I miss him so
Wait,
much.
sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry, I cut you off. What course did he graduate from?
Political science
Oh.
in America.
Oh. Nice. So, pwede mong kabatuhan ngayon sa current events questions. Sa
Yeah,
mga
he used to be my
Q&A.
Q&A teacher. I would ask him questions. For example, I would ask him about why the World War happened, why World War III happened, and he would like give me so many things about history. He was like a lover of history. He's actually very smart about it. He used to study that a lot when he was like in college. He used to know many things about politics. Actually, he's very keen on studying that. So I used to ask him questions before. He's the one I used to ask, what's this? What's that? Why did this happen? For example, current issues. I used to talk to him about that.
Oh, that's nice. Wait, before we proceed with our interview, can we give a shout out to some of our viewers who are watching? I have to greet this. I have to greet him first. Alejandro Martinez is watching. He's Mr. World Caribbean 2019.
Oh,
He
hi.
competed here. Yeah, he's watching all the way from New York. For some reason, it's his first time to comment here, so he must have been blown away by your beauty.
Oh,
So, hi
hi,
Alejandro. Yeah,
Alejandro
he's now the
Martinez.
national director of Miss Supranational Dominican Republic.
Oh my gosh, Miss Supranational.
Kabog, yes.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you, amigo, for tuning in. And then, si Mars France nanonood sa atin ngayon. Pakisabi kay Chella noon pa ako nagme-message sa kanya. Hindi niya nalaka award.
Hindi ata siya nagbabasa. Oh my God. Sorry, friends. Some of the days, I don't really read messages that much because I have so many things going on. So maybe I'll read messages later on.
Ayan, na-awardan ka ni France. Yeah, France, thank you
Sorry,
so much for
friends.
the notice. Yeah, sige. Ngayon, may schedule na siyang interview sa'yo. Pagdadaanan ka na niya ng oras. So, yeah. Oh, Alejandro is saying something. Ha ha ha, I'm following the path. Oh, he's following MUP. Nice to meet you, Queen. He's saying back. Good luck.
Oh
You're so
my, you're
beautiful.
beautiful. Oh, thank you, Alejandro. I kind of like the name Alejandro. It's like from Lady Gaga's song.
Bongga ka ha. Na-appreciate ka ng mga banyaga ha. He's a
Akala ko,
Latino. Yeah.
oh, he's Latino. Do I look like I'm Latina? Char.
Ganun ba yun? Yeah. So, yeah, I think you should meet him. Yeah, he's one of the sexiest and handsome
Really?
national directors right now.
Oh. Parang
Yeah.
crush mo ata siya.
No! Anyway, bakit napunta sa akin? Yeah, nag-reply na siya. Yes, you do. Thank you, Alejandro, for tuning
Thank you,
in.
Alejandro.
But anyway, going back to you, no, before anything else, I'm curious to ask, why is your name Chella? How do you pronounce it? Chella? Shella? Nutella? Fritella?
A trivia,
Juliana?
I think like only a few people get my name right. Like even in spelling or the pronunciation, they always get it wrong. So, Chella, it's Chella. Actually, my dad says my name really beautifully, and it's a combination of my mom's name and my dad's name. My dad's name is Charles, and my mom's name is Nigella. So it's like Chella, Chella, like
Oh,
Coachella.
Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kasi it's my first time to hear a girl named Chella.
Uh huh.
So, nakakatuwa. And then your surname is Falconer.
Falconer.
So,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
my
sorry.
adopted surname, Falconer. My
Adopted.
real surname is Kessler. Because my dad was adopted by an American father. His real nationality is German.
Ah. Oh, that explains why.
Uh huh.
You're biracial. Okay, so you have German blood.
Mm-mm. German, American, and Irish. Then Filipina.
That's nice.
Halo-halo, for short.
Alam mo, kanina pa we've been talking about your name, like, your love for public speaking. So I'm curious to ask, outside public speaking and your life in
Mm-mm.
pageantry, what do you do for fun?
To be honest, what I do for fun ever since I was in high school, it's reading novels because it seems like my escape from like the real world. Some people say it's boring, but no, it's actually not boring. Like I somehow am an introvert at the same time because I don't have that much fun at parties. Like I've never gone to rave parties or like clubbing. I've never done any of that or like drink outside the house. I don't drink, and one thing that makes so much fun for me is reading because, for example, my favorite book, it's entitled Throne of Glass. It's a book about fae, like people who have superpowers. Oh my gosh, Sir Adam, you're gone.
No, I'm
Did you tell?
here.
Oh, you're there. Oh, sorry. I thought you got disconnected. Yeah, as I was saying, novels have actually changed so much for me because my imagination has been so much wider. Like it's wider, it's more beautiful, and like reading books for some is boring. But maybe you're just reading the wrong books, because the books that I've been reading are really really nice. Like my favorite author is Sarah J. Maas. She Her story is about an assassin who has fae powers, like either it's fire, and Aelin is her name. She's my, what's that called? My spirit person or spirit animal, because she's taught me so much about life. Like there are quotes there. For example, it's a 600-page book, but I would finish that in a day if it's that good. Yeah, when I was in high school, I wouldn't listen to the teacher anymore. I would just read the book. Like I would go at the back to just read it, to finish it for a day, because that's how much I loved it. Like it was somehow my escape. I loved living in that world. I love living in books. Like I probably be more in love with fictional characters than I am with a real person.
How many books can you finish in one day, in one sitting?
It depends on how good a book is. I can finish one book in a day if it's like 600 or 700 pages. But when I don't like the book that much, it takes me like 3 days. Or if I don't like it at all, I never finish it.
Dapat pala literature ang kinuha mo sa college.
Aww.
Kasi
Right.
parang feeling ko sa sobrang galing mo magsalita. Do you also write? O
I used to write before. Yeah, I used to write poems. I would read a lot, and then sometimes when I have no more books to read, I would write my own short stories, but I never let anyone else read them because I'm shy. I used to be a feature writer and I used to win. Actually, I was a writer in high school. I was a sports writer a feature writer, and an editorial writer.
Wow! Ang dami mo pala. Outside pageantry, ang dami mong pwede maging career. But you know
Wow.
what? As I Google your name, syempre nag-research ako, ang dami mo na palang sinalihang pageants before. So has it, since the age of 15, so has it been your dream to become a beauty queen?
Again, is it?
Has it been your childhood
Oh.
dream to become a beauty queen?
Well, actually, before I never really imagined myself being a beauty queen because, like I said, I was mostly a nerd my whole life. I've been dreaming about being a doctor, but later on I realized I'm actually afraid of blood and I'm afraid of needles. So my love for pageantry began when one of my classmates forced me to be like the representative of our section, and I was on stage. I was so nervous. Imagine someone asked me a question and then I could not hear the question because I was so confused because it was my first time on stage. I was so nervous, and the thing I said, I was said, "Oh my god." And there was so many people, and they would, even until now, they would actually tell me, she's the one who said "oh my god" when she was like, they didn't know that I could like answer questions because I got so nervous. So, and then on that day forward, I was like, I need to prove myself. Like, I need to like redo what I did. So, because I wasn't really impressed with how I answered the question on that day because I had no idea about pageants. And later on, I realized that when I saw previous representatives of the Philippines and they would like compete in the international stage, I said that I want to be like her, especially with Catriona Gray. She's my favorite. Catriona Gray is my favorite because she's so prepared and she's such an inspiration to me. So yeah, at first it wasn't my dream to become a beauty queen, and then I realized that I liked it. And also, I'm a not really a breadwinner, but it's like half. I also want to put my siblings through school, and I want to put myself through school. And pageants have helped me a lot in terms financially, and it has helped me in making decisions for my future and having a career. So that's the thing. Pageants have helped me a lot in life, also.
That's nice. You know, there's a comment here from one of our viewers. Her name is Elaine Pino. She says, you know, you are a very smart and gorgeous lady. You will go far for sure. I do right too. And good luck.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. You should let me read one of your stories someday.
Alam mo, the more I look at you, parang kahawig mo si Anne Hathaway.
Oh my gosh!
Parang may, ewan ko lang. I don't know if it's the skin tone, the hair, the eyes. I don't know. Yeah,
Someone
I
has
see
told me
that.
that on Facebook. They always tell me. Even my
Anne Hathaway,
boyfriend
oh.
tells me that I look like Anne Hathaway. Char.
Yeah, oo, may hawig from some angles. But yeah, not, you know, you talk about your pageant life, your pageant career, and now
Mm.
fast forward here in Miss Universe Philippines. How do you think you are performing so far? Because I feel like, you know, you have one of your beauty and brains combined as well. Not only you have a very beautiful face, but you also, you know, you are also one eloquent speaker.
Oh, thank you, Sir Adam. That means so much to me. I think that so far, I've been doing my best. So hopefully that's enough. And the judges and also the organization will see that I'm doing everything I can, even with limited resources right now because of COVID-19. We can't have all the shoots because we need to prioritize our safety. As much as possible, I am giving my all in terms of practicing. I actually just recently learned to do my makeup right. And I've been training with my cam aces and queens for Q&A sessions, and almost every day I have something to do for the pageant. And I although sometimes it may be tiring because sometimes you think that pageants are like you're an athlete on heels. So hopefully I'm making everyone proud.
Yes, that's nice. So do you think this format is favorable to you right now? virtual, everything is done through videos, and if someone like you has a very gorgeous face, you easily translate so well on screen. So do you think this
Aw.
virtual format is favorable to you?
Well, for me, I really love it more when it's personal. Because, like they say, if you're beautiful on screen, you're more beautiful in person daw. Char lang. And I want to see the other girls also. It's more fun when it's in person. Like, when it's virtual, you don't get to have that much adrenaline. You don't get to have that much fun because it's different when it's in person. So I think it would be more favorable for me when it's in person because you get to see the people, you get to move more, you get to be more excited.
That's nice. Sa bagay, kasi ikaw, all your life, for the past 5 years, you've been
Uh,
doing the traditional format, and then suddenly, you're being trusted to a whole new format, di ba?
yeah.
So, okay naman ng adjustment.
Okay
Ano?
naman. So far, it's been okay.
Oo. So, nakakatuwa. Nag-a-adapt ka very well. So,
Mm-mm.
nakakatuwa. And alam mo, sa totoo lang ha, the first time I got to know you or got to wind of your candidacy in Miss Universe Philippines is when your mentor uploaded a photo of you and Maureen
Aw.
Robowitz. Ako naman, in-upload ko naman kaagad. I thought parang kasi akala ko screening sa ACES. So parang ako, kinaption ko, oh my God. Kasi di ba, I feel like this picture, this photo means so much to you because Maureen was one of the judges during your Miss
Miss
pageant
Kuyamis. Yeah.
2 years ago. So
2019.
nabudol ako. Akala ko totoong nagkita kayo dun sa screen, but yung pala it turned out that the photo was taken during your 2019 Miss pageant. So how does it feel
Actually,
like? Yeah.
that photo was taken on the screening. We also have one photo during the pageant
Ah!
night. You're
Oh,
actually
sorry.
right.
So was it your first time to meet Maureen then? Or
On Miss Kuyamis, yeah, it was my first time to
no, no,
meet.
no. I mean, oh, sorry. Mali pala yung question ko. So how was it like seeing Maureen again, this time as your fellow Aces
Can
and Queen candidate dito sa MUP?
Of course it feels so nice to be with her because she's Asia's next top model, and meaning I'm with her. It seems like I have that caliber. It's like amazing because she's my idol. Like I used to watch Asia's Next Top Model, and I would get like so mad whenever girls wouldn't treat her right because she's the sweetest. Like Maureen is like one of the sweetest girls I know. We actually talked in the screening, and she talked about her tattoos, and I was like, I want to get a tattoo too. It feels wonderful to be with her in this journey. We actually talk sometimes, and I'm very proud of her, and being with her means that I should also be proud of myself too. Like we don't need to compete because sisterhood is more important.
So is she your closest here in the competition?
I have a few. I haven't met the other girls yet, but I've met them online, and everyone seems really nice. I have one close, Gian, and also Joanna Rabe. Yeah.
Grabe. Yeah.
We met during the photo shoot, and she's really bubbly. I don't know if she's listening, but she's really bubbly, and it was really amazing to meet her. Like we were the earliest among all because we had a photo shoot that day, and I think I was earlier than her, so she was next, and then we talked a lot, and then even we were in a studio, or like it's like a theater place where there were people doing a movie, like they were directing a movie, and we were so loud, we were so noisy, so they would tell us, shh, we need quiet on the shoot, like and we were like, we shouldn't talk anymore. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
that's
very
nice. Now
loud together.
you guys are getting along very well right now. Kahit hindi pa talaga nag-uumpisa formally yung competition. I hope
Yeah.
you guys all make it to the top 30 very, very soon because you
Yes, my
guys seem to
fourth.
have bonded very well. Wait, there's another comment here from the earlier comment that
Okay.
I that I flashed here. Sabi niya, to your, as a reply kanina doon sa sagot mo. From Elaine, you're welcome, Chella. Sure, I'll share a copy of our newsletter. I'm the editor of our agency's newsletter. Thank you. Yeah, so, yeah. So,
Wow.
nakakatuwa. God bless you, sabi niya.
Thank
And
you
then,
so much, Elaine.
si Kevin Briggs, who I assume has been tuning to us since we started. Ang babaeng sisira sa listahan ng lahat. So natural and calm, eloquent, and speaker. I'm loving her.
Oh, thank you,
So,
Kevin Briggs.
does it help that you have been, exposed to the limelight for quite some time na you've been so used to doing this? Kasi tapos meron ka pang YouTube channel, 'di ba? So, nampaprank ka rin pala doon. So,
Oh my gosh.
do you think, what you have been doing for the past 4 years, tapos now that, you have your own YouTube channel, do you think being social media savvy helps you in a pageant like Miss Universe?
I think it does help because when you're like used to it, you get to know how it goes. And before, I used to be so nervous. Right now, I'm not that nervous anymore. Although I still get nervous because being nervous is like one of the most human emotions. And it helps because right now I get to be myself. Before, I used to be so nervous that I can't relay my thoughts. I can't say what I want to say. I can't communicate that well because of like it's nerve wracking to be on stage or to have interviews. And this is actually my ninth interview already because I really like doing interviews. Like it gives me more confidence whenever I speak my thoughts, when it makes me more calm, like as the competition goes. And for the past years, I've loved actually talking in public. Like the Q&A is one of the things that I look forward to the most because I get so excited whenever people would ask me questions because it's somehow like you get to improve every day. And the best thing is I'm actually a lover of learning. I love learning so much. For example, when I study, I don't study for grades. I study for learning. Like I love learning, and every day whenever I get to talk in virtual interviews, I get to learn more about me, learn about myself and what I can improve on. So I do think that it helps in pageantry whenever you're exposed to like social media, but also like what Kat said, that it should be there should be it shouldn't be like it should only be minimal. Like it shouldn't be everything. Like your life shouldn't be every putting everything online. You shouldn't put everything online. Like
Yeah,
what's
that's
the right
true.
word?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's true. You shouldn't put everything online. Yeah, you have to keep something for yourself or in private. So, I wonder, Tuloy, since you've been joining pageants for quite some time now, I wonder, have you had your fair share of criticism then on social media? If yes, how are you handling it?
To be honest, I've had so many criticisms already. A lot of people tell me that I don't look like a Filipina. Why should I represent the Philippines? Like that's like one of the things that they tell me. She looks like she's gonna represent Ireland, or she's too white, and a lot of comments about her. I don't like her styling, but there are I like to filter comments. Like when it comes to her makeup doesn't look good, or her clothes doesn't look good. Those are the comments that I try to improve on. Like there are comments that are like constructive, and there are also comments that are just like things that you can change about yourself. For example, looks. When they criticize you about looks, you can't change that about yourself. So it should only be uh, constructive criticisms that I should like filter. And I actually deal it in a way that sometimes I don't like to think about it anymore. Maybe when I was younger, when I was like 19 or 18, I used to be so affected. And then later on, I realized that the opinion of others doesn't matter. Especially, why should I get affected by an opinion of someone I don't know? Because I should be keen on the opinions of those who know me and those who love me, because they eventually give me more criticism that are good for me that I can change or I can improve on. And right now, when it comes to like a lot of people are criticizing a lot of candidates with the Miss Universe Philippines pageant, and I think that we should only look within. We should try to focus on ourselves. Sometimes don't read comments anymore. Is as long as it's like people you don't know, you shouldn't crumble at the words of someone who doesn't know you. That's my motto.
I
Mm-mm.
like that. You shouldn't crumble at someone's words.
Mm-mm.
Diba? That's really nice. So I wonder where does your mentor Sir Jeffrey come into your life, especially now that you've been leading a very illustrious pageant career? Because I feel like he seems to be a huge influence on you.
Well, he's been the director of the Miss Miamis pageant, and I think it's like 5 years already. I wouldn't make it to the Miss Miamis 2019 pageant if they let me. He fought for me in Miss Medina 2019, and he has done so much in terms of me competing in the international. I mean, the national stage. He has chosen me to be a candidate, even in the Miss Universe Philippines. He appointed me to be the Miss Universe candidate, and he's done so much. So I thank him for that, and also give him the respect that it is due.
Nice, no? It's nice to have someone who has your back, no?
Yeah.
Really your mentor, who really has your best interest at heart, especially when you're competing in a cutthroat pageant like Miss Universe. So,
Like
um,
that.
yeah. So that's true. So there's a question here from Benji Geronimo. Hi Chella. He asks, if you will be lucky enough to represent our country in Israel, how do you want a Filipina to be remembered and be remarkable?
When the time comes that I will be given the chance to be the representative of our country, I want the Filipino woman to be remembered as someone fierce. For the longest time, we have been remembered as someone nurturing and caring. And right now, I believe that the true essence of being a Filipino woman is someone who is strong. And I believe that the Filipino word itself, for me, if there was a word for strength, that would be her.
Ganda nun. You equated Filipina to the word strength. You made it synonymous.
Yeah. Yun
I
kasi,
like
ako
that.
kasi sobrang strong ko even despite everything. So, I think that's a Filipino woman.
So do you think the Filipina is worth dying? I mean, it's worth fighting for.
Yes, I do believe that.
Well, that's nice. Yeah. Well,
So
great
fight for
answer.
me. Sure.
Yeah, fight for me. Yeah, sure. Sige. Kaya nga that's the purpose of this interview, 'di ba? To get you more across to a lot of people. So, we've been talking about beauty pageants since we started this interview. I wonder,
Mm.
how can you convince people that who don't believe and support beauty pageants as they feel it's like, a waste of your time and capabilities? Because let's face it, diba? You've led a
Oh,
5-year pageant career so far. And do you think so far, your youth, you're kind of wasting your youth by thriving in this industry, considering that, alam mo yon, na parang when you could be doing something else to further your growth, to enhance your capabilities, to hone your other skills in other industries or in other endeavors. So, what do you think about it? How can you convince them wrong?
everyone in life has a different passion. They are really passionate about something. And for beauty queens, even if it takes a 10-year goal to have a crown, they would eventually do it because that brings them happiness. I do not think that we are wasting our youth because we have learned so much in pageantry. For example, time management. You get to be someone who is more responsible because once you're a beauty queen, you uphold the values of a beauty queen. You become an inspiration. A lot of young kids, a lot of young girls see beauty queens as an inspiration of achieving their goals, no matter what field it is in life. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, we only teach people to go for what they want. We are only the carriers of light in order for you to have another light of your own. So I do think that it has become something really remarkable in my experience, something really remarkable in my life, because I got to where I am today because of beauty pageants. Even though I'm behind in school, but I have learned a lot of things like I cannot learn inside the classroom.
So far in those 5 years, what has been the biggest life lesson that you've learned so far?
In terms of pageantry,
Yeah, while thriving here in the beauty pageant landscape.
I one thing I've learned is the value of being disciplined, because when in terms of having to go to school, and in terms of having time for my family, and also practicing for pageants or training for pageants, I've learned discipline. And discipline is actually a form of love. It's a form of care for yourself, because the greatest things in life, the greatest things that are worth having, take time, take discipline within you. It has taught me something that in life you need. Pageants have taught me to be prepared, to have discipline, because even if I'm no longer joining pageants, I will forever carry that value with me. I will forever have that with me, and it will help me no matter where I am in life.
Yeah. There's something out of pageantry that appeals to you girls eh. It's not just
Oo.
really the glitz and glam talaga.
Glamour.
It's, 'di ba? Marami rin talagang tinuturong lessons talaga eh. Like, in
Oo.
terms of how you view life, in terms of, parang parang naniniwala ka ba talaga sa sabihan na when you join pageants like Miss Universe? Because I keep hearing this from other contestants that, it's every woman's journey but only one woman's destiny.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. Only one woman's destiny for the winner.
Yeah. Na parang lahat kayo tapos no, lahat, yeah, every woman's journey tapos isang destiny lang. So parang if it only is one woman's destiny, why would why would you still spend so much time
Time.
and effort when the risk, the return of investment is very low?
The truth is, sometimes the journey is what matters more. It's what you have learned along the way, and even when for others they think that it's one woman's destiny, but destiny is a matter of actions. For me, I don't really believe in destiny, because a lot of times when we put all our hopes on destiny, we become stagnant. We become someone who doesn't want to go for our goals, because what we achieve, where we'll be in life, will always be a product. It is a product of our actions. Destiny is only a byproduct of what we do now. And I think that it's the journey that matters for all the candidates, and the destiny for that one woman will also mean a life-changing experience for so many girls. I think so many girls actually will have a better future once they've been through that experience. They will forever treasure it. Some girls, they would even say, I want to go back to that experience. I want to go back to the fun times with other girls, because after the pageant, you gain so many friends. Right now, I have so many sister queens who even until now we still chat with each other. I have one best friend in Miss Millennial, actually two, and they still mean so much to me today.
Yet no, a lot of people still think that pageants like MUP are very
Mm-mm.
superficial. No?
Yeah, yeah.
Ay,
Like
how,
only the beauty is what matters. I mean the physical part.
do you think if we could, if probably beauty pageants will change its format by instead of holding an annual grand coronation night, they will just, make it more like a public service program? Do you think on TV? Do you think, or make it like, a charity tenacity thing? Do you think Do you think somehow the people will change their minds about how they view beauty pageants?
Well, it depends because people will always have something to say no matter what we do. And I think beauty pageants should be like what it is. If we change it in a way, it wouldn't be called a beauty pageant anymore. It wouldn't have its essence. But although we look for the physical attributes of girls, everyone is unique, everyone is beautiful. Di ba nga, like no one winner is the same with another. They always look for girls. At first, it is the physical, but later on, what matters more is if she can speak, if is she someone who has a purpose, does she have that sense of care for other people, and then the next thing they see is she someone who's worthy. It's not just about the superficial things, and beauty pageants are more. I think that when you're a beauty queen, you understand it in a way that some can't. And I do understand people who don't really think that beauty pageants are beneficial because that's also their opinion. But the thing is, we can disagree, but at the same time, we can still respect each other's opinion. Because that's where true understanding is. No matter if you don't agree with that person, but as long as you still respect their views, then I think that's where diversity can be in the world. That even if there should be unity amidst diversity.
Wow, no words. Galing mo talaga mag-expound. Nang lalamon ka talaga ng microphone. Yeah, true. I love everything what you said. So, another comment here. We're nearing the end of this interview. Kiel is saying, you know what? She's so pretty and bright. Siya yung sumasagot ng straight to the point at hindi nagpapa-cute, nagpapaka-convincing yung mga words at hindi siya yung tipong trying hard at hindi na ako magtataka kung nasa top na ito very soon. God bless you, Chella, and we will support you all the way.
Thank
See,
you.
and nakakatawa when with everything that's been going on in your life, you
Mm-mm.
know, how do you see yourself, 5 years from now?
That's actually a very difficult question because our interest changes over time. To be honest, before, if you've asked me that question like a year ago, I wanted to become a Victoria's Secret model. And
Oh,
then later on, right now, I think the more practical choice would be to be a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer 5 years from now because I want to provide for my siblings and my family, especially right now that both my parents have no jobs, and I want to take care of my siblings. I have three younger siblings and I do everything for them. Actually, I've been planning more of their future than mine. So I would like to pursue law someday, become a lawyer, and probably have my own law office.
mm. What aspect of law would you like to specialize? Criminal, corporate, if ever?
I would say corporate law.
Corporate law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, para in line with your course, which is business
Yeah.
administration.
I'm actually
Yeah.
good at numbers too, so I study a lot of that.
Ay,
Solving
oh, that's
mathematical
nice.
equations.
Magaling ka, wow. Tuwang-tuwa siguro yung parents mo nung bata ka kasi not only you're good in English and public speaking but you're also good in math. Tapos mahilig ka pa sa science.
Science.
Yeah. So last few questions. There's a question here.
Mm.
Sana patanong nyo naman, can you ask her, sabi ni Kevin Kyle, can you ask her, mag-digress muna tayo, can you ask her Tito Boy's most controversial
Mm.
question about when is it okay not to be okay and when is it not okay to be not okay?
First of all, it is okay not to be okay when you are going through something, when you are struggling, and when your feelings are congruent to the situation. For example, if you have lost a loved one, for example, during this pandemic, and for example, you are going through a mental problem, I think that's a state where it's okay not to be okay. And the time that it is not okay to not be okay is when you need help, when you've become someone destructive towards others, when you've been feeling down lately. And I do think that we should be people who, even when we are down, or even if we fall, we should rise up 8 times. If we fall, like for example, we fall 8 times, we should rise up 9 times.
Nice, nice. Siguro ano lang talaga, voice projection na lang talaga, Shala. Tapos bongga ka na talaga. Like talagang
Aww.
pack na pack yung mga sagot mo. So, eto na lang. You've been, there's Sir Jeffrey behind you all the way. So, and since you love science,
Mm-mm. Do you
Polaris,
have
di
a
ba?
star
You love
question
it.
for me?
Yeah, since,
Miss ko
you
na yung
know,
quiz bee.
so ang question ko lang, who's your northern star
Who's
at
my
this
northern
time of
star?
your life na talagang who you
Who's
really look for as a symbol of hope and inspiration?
my northern star, or my Polaris, is my sister. She's everything to me, and we grew up believing that. Oh my gosh, I get emotional whenever it comes to
Sorry.
my sister. And that's fine, cause she's far away from me right now, and I do everything for her. I want a better future for her, and I want to be successful because I want to give her a better life. Both of us have gone through so much in terms of our family, and losing my dad to depression, it has been the hardest on her, and she's my best friend, and I want her to have the best in life. She's my Polaris, like what I called it, my favorite star.
Uh, Naiyak naman ako doon. That's a nice answer. Wow. Nakakahugot. Wow.
Mhm.
No
I
doubt.
never
That's the
get
most
emotional, only with her. Hindi ko alam.
Oh, you must be very close
We
for
are.
sure. Yeah.
Mm-mm. We are.
So, eto na lang talaga, Chella, as my last question. What would you like the whole universe to know about you?
Well, I want the whole universe to know that I am someone who is deserving of the Miss Universe Philippines crown, because if I'm giving that opportunity, then I would eventually want to serve as an inspiration and be the light towards others.
Short but very impactful. Maraming salamat, Shella,
Thank
for
you.
doing this interview with me. Wow, talagang I'm so blown away by
Thank you
your
also, Adam.
eloquence talaga. Maraming salamat for giving me the chance to get to know you even if I am the ninth interviewer. Maraming salamat. Nakahabol pa rin sa pagpapaundak. Buti nakahabol
Salamat
pa
talaga.
ako. So, yeah. So, how could you can you promote your social media channel so that
Mm-mm.
more people will get to know you better here in Miss Universe Philippines?
I have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel. It's Chella Falconer. And also, I want you to follow me on Instagram. It's at I am Chella Falconer. And on Facebook, I am Chella Falconer. Also on Twitter.
Oh, that's
Hopefully, you
nice.
support me.
Yes, yes, laban lang. Oo, actually lahat kayo talagang actually I see your potential talaga. I see your potential.
Aww.
Siguro if you just wear the right gown or you'll be styled perfectly during the finals night, for sure alam mo naman na to kasi you've been a pageant contestera na. For sure
Yes.
you'll do it. You just have to style yourself very well. We can always look back at Rebia's experience last year where she just zoomed way past the front runners in
Yes.
you know in winning the Miss Universe Philippines crown. So I'm also seeing the same trajectory to you as long as feeling ko naman and you're being back up pa by aces. So how could you go wrong, right? So
Gusto ko
so
yan.
yes. Maraming salamat once again. So good luck on your journey. Kailan bang announcement
Thank
ng
you.
top 30? I'm so expecting
Oo.
you to be part of it.
Thank you so much.
Laban, Shala, and good luck. Stay safe and hydrated. Mwah. Virtual hugs and kisses all the way here from my office here in Cubao. Maraming salamat and good night.
Thank you, Adam. Good night.
Take care.